Hi, I'm Rebecca Clayfish from the 1848 Project. This week, the FDA announced draft guidelines to assure that any vaccination for COVID-19 would have to meet rigorous standards before it went to market to ensure consumer safety. On top of that, we know 3 companies are in their final stages of trials, and Johnson & Johnson announced this week a 60,000 person trial on 3 different countries. I thought it would be a good opportunity for us to talk to VP of Government Affairs for Bristol Myers Squibb and 1848 Project Advisory Board member Greg Chesmore, because Bristol Myers Squibb is not in the race to produce the COVID-19 vaccine. I thought he would produce some independent analysis.
We've never been in this situation before.
Right.
It's imperfection in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, there is an amazing public-private partnership which is occurring.
Greg told me that the previous speed record for a vaccine to market was 4 years. That was the mumps vaccine. For the COVID-19 vaccine, the government is on warp speed.
The federal government generally has distributed billions and billions of dollars to work with the researchers, to work with the innovators, to try to speed up the process. And then the development of therapeutics and vaccines are one thing, but they've also invested in the infrastructure of what do we do once we have a vaccine? Do we have enough glass vials? Do we have enough syringes? Do we have the storage and transportation capabilities to take these syringes that many times have to be temperature controlled and get them to the right locations and be able to start distributing those? So this Operation Warp Speed is not just about trying to speed up the science and speed up the research and development, but it's also about trying to build an infrastructure so that when we can realize the promise of science and have a safe, effective vaccine, that we can get it to the people who, first off, need it the most, and then begin kind of mass distribution after that.
Greg said some of those companies are already taking the risk of mass producing their vaccines so that they would be immediately ready for distribution if they were approved. But if they weren't, all of those doses would have to be tossed. At the same time, he said there's even the possibility that more than one company produces an FDA-approved vaccine.
Let's say more than one work. Does that mean they're the exact same chemical formula, or is it possible that more than one formula is a vaccine?
Correct. You could have
okay.
different mechanisms of action with each vaccine.
My final takeaway from my conversation with Greg was this: government is not the end-all, be-all by itself. The whole reason this vaccine is being produced quickly but safely is because of the merits of public-private partnership.
It's a great opportunity to talk about the government and the private sector working together to solve human problems, that the government can't do everything on its own. It needs a vibrant, innovative private sector to work together to solve these types of problems.